What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be covering some of the fastest and most consistent ways to unlock gold camos for your SMGs in Black Ops Cold War. As far as I can tell, the SMGs are probably some of the easiest weapons to get gold in the game, and so if you're hoping to get some gold and diamond camos, then the SMGs might be a great place for you to start that dark matter grind for this game, just to get some easy ones out of the way very early. Now, if you're new to the channel, then be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on those notifications, but without wasting any more time, let's get stuck right into it. So for this video, I'm going to be using the MP5 as an example, since that was the first weapon that I managed to get gold, but the same tips apply to every SMG in the game. In my opinion, they're all pretty solid weapons, and sure, some are harder or easier than others, but they are all somewhat similar. The main struggle you guys are going to have with the camo grind is honestly just leveling those weapons up. I find that the XP gain is really slow in this game, and it takes a pretty long time to level all your weapons up to level 50, and so honestly that's the biggest challenge right there, is just grinding away at those levels to actually unlock all of the camo categories. Now I think I'll actually make a video pretty soon on how to increase your XP gain while you're actually leveling these guns up, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. But honestly, it just comes down to playtime and getting as many kills per game as you possibly can, even if that is actually coming at the expense of a lot of deaths, because more kills equals more XP, so don't worry too much about your KD while you're grinding. Anyway, getting into the first category, which are these sprays. These are really simple, and honestly they'll just come with playtime, as all you need to do here is get 300 kills with that particular weapon. I maxed out my MP5 level at around 800 kills, so obviously that'll get finished way before you can even unlock those last camos anyway, so honestly this one doesn't even really need any focus at all. Just grind away at leveling your gun and it will just happen on its own. Moving on to the striped camos, these ones are a little bit tougher than the last ones, but they're still pretty easy, and honestly a lot of them will just come with playtime while you're leveling up your weapons anyway. For these camos you'll need 75 headshots with that specific weapon, which isn't too bad at all, and if you do make sure to give it a little bit of focus while you're also playing normally, you should get them done pretty quickly. What I tend to do with the headshot camos is always to just sort of keep it in the back of my mind, and then whenever I get a chance for an easy kill, for example an AFK player, a sniper who's camping at the back of the map, or just someone that I've flanked, I'll always sneak right up to them and make sure to get the headshot while they're making it easy. So if you do that, and obviously just try and aim for the head whenever you can in regular gameplay, then like I said, you will get these ones done in no time at all. Moving on, we have the classic camos, and these require you to get a 5 kill streak 20 times only using that specific weapon. Now this one can be really frustrating at times, just because of the amount of times you're going to get 4 kills and then die in the 5th gunfight. I swear that happens to me every single time, but at the end of the day these can be pretty easy once you get into the swing of it. This class that you can see on screen is actually what I use to get the kill streaks done. I used Tac Mask and Flak Jacket to protect against tacticals and lethals. I used Scavenger to make sure that I didn't run out of ammo mid kill streak, and then I used Ninja and Ghost to make sure I can limit how much the enemies can know where I am, because if you can stay hidden, you're obviously much more likely to get those kill streaks. I then also used a silencer as well for that exact same reason. If you use an unsilenced weapon and someone is nearby, then they can easily sneak up on you and end that streak in a heartbeat. As for the actual tips, I found that free-for-all, domination or hardpoint were the easiest to stay alive in. Free-for-all is great because you can sort of lock down one area and essentially just camp an entire section of the map to let enemies come to you. And then dom and hardpoint are great because you pretty much always know where the enemies are going to be, so you can play your life accordingly. Now moving on to the geometric camos, these require 50 long shots, which obviously with an SMG is not ideal at all. The long shot range in this game seems to be a little bit longer than normal. I've heard for the SMGs is around 36 meters, and so what I did was I went into the hardcore modes, built out my MP5 with the best range possible, so things like extended barrels, 2x scopes and stuff like that, and then I actually used the ping system to see how far away I was looking. If you don't know how to use the ping system, it is I believe left on the D-pad, and wherever you're looking that will actually just sort of mark that area, the same as in Warzone and stuff like that. Now these were so hard at first because I tried them in the core modes, but in hardcore you're going to honestly breeze through these. You only need about 2 to 3 bullets to kill, and if you can set up in a good spot with some cover, you can legitimately get about 7 to 10 long shots per game, so these are pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Moving on to the Flora camos, these require 75 kills on enemies who are detected, stunned or blinded by your score streaks, equipment or field upgrades. This is another one that honestly just kind of happens depending on how you play anyway. I'd recommend setting up a class with the field mic, stun grenades and then UAVs and counter UAVs as your score streaks, and from there you essentially just need to play to the strength of those. For example, try and always have a field mic down and a high traffic geographic area. Always make the most of your UAVs by going for as many kills as you can while they're up, and try stunning enemies whenever possible. Now, these don't count with other people's UAVs, only yours, and as far as I'm aware, the counter UAV counts as blinding your enemies. So counter UAVs should count, although I could be wrong on that as it is kind of vague in the actual description. Moving on, we have the science camos, which require 75 point blank kills, and these are without a doubt the biggest pain in the ass for the SMGs. When it says point blank, it literally means that you have to be borderline touching the enemy in order for it to count. Now, I initially thought these would be sort of easy enough. SMGs are obviously dominant in close quarters, so I assumed it would just happen on its own, but I barely ever got any by just playing regularly. What I actually found was the best was hopping into combined arms, and every time I got Armada, I'd straight away get on the jet ski, go all the way around to the enemy spawn ship, and then essentially just sneak right up to any snipers that are camping and then just kill them from as close as I possibly could. I'll show you exactly what I mean on screen right now. This route that I took with the jet ski can be done on opposite teams as well, and yeah, once I was behind everyone, I'd just make my way slowly up the map, taking out any stragglers along the way, and then when I die, just rinse and repeat that until the end of the game. You can do these in multiplayer too in that same sort of fashion, just sort of flanking enemies and then getting behind them to get kills, but I would definitely recommend combined arms Armada if you are struggling to get these ones done. Aside from leveling up, these will absolutely be the hardest ones you have to do for the SMGs, and honestly I am not looking forward to getting these for the rest of the SMGs. Now lastly, we have the Psychedelic camos, and these are easy enough. All you need to do is kill 2 or more enemies rapidly 25 times. I found that again, hardpoint and domination were probably the best for these ones. Just knowing where the traffic is going to be makes it a lot easier to find more than one person at once, and if you can set up nicely on a flag or somewhere near the hardpoint, then you should be able to get these ones done pretty quickly. Again, I'd probably recommend going for the stealthy approach. That same class that I mentioned earlier works wonders for these camos, as the more hidden that you are, the less likely someone is going to come along and kill you while you're getting those rapid kills on the objectives. Now once you've unlocked all those camos, you will finally unlock the gold camo, and then from there, if you do want to go for diamond, you just need to do the same for all of the other SMGs in the game as well. But anyway guys, that is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave a like down below, and if you are new, then consider subscribing to the channel with those notifications on. I will be doing these same videos for every weapon class in the game, and then once I do get dark matter myself, I'll probably do a video on what I learned during the grind, for example the best order to do them and all that kind of stuff, so keep your eyes peeled for more of these camo guides. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.